Welcome to the Now. Thanks for tuning in. Huge amounts of gratitude. I cannot stress this enough. This medium of being able to inspire anyone and everyone willing to tune in to the present is a gift. Feel free to comment below letting me know how these moments have impacted you so far, or if there's anything specific that you would enjoy me alluding to. But know that this is as inspiring for me because connection is the root of all. And so being able to connect through thought, through energy, through not necessarily affect, but the willingness to focus on what you want, on what is. It's a real gift. And so today I have a very broad-ish post just sharing with you once more how I find inspiration. And so movement for me is something that brings about lots of wellness, and I had the opportunity today to practice myself in the hot room in a yoga-like environment where I wasn't necessarily guiding. And then afterwards I was hoping to go for a swim, but the weather wasn't as agreeable as one would have hoped. In more detail, currently on the 30th of July 2019 in the Montreal-Laval area, it is thunderstorming. So as courageous and risk-taking as I am, bicycling to a pool, outdoor pool, to perchance be electrocuted, taking into account the number of appendages I have on my body, was not necessarily something I wanted to get involved in. So I did the next best thing. I walked into one of my peaceful havens, which is a bookstore, and I did some perusing, and I picked up this amazing looking book. Now, this was maybe like the 10th book that I picked up, and I did finish The Courage to be Disliked, and I'm rereading it again because it's that on point. But now I'm pulling out the phone because as I was perusing, I also took pictures of so many other books that were calling to me. Whether it's The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene, or Taking the Leap by Pema Chödrön, or Lightly by Francine Jay, or Circe by Madeline Miller, or The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, or even The Science of Living, and then some. The options are endless, and personally, I find tons of illuminating tidbits of knowledge and or experiences through my friends' books. And that's me. And so if reading is not your thing, there is such a thing as audiobooks, and if audiobooks are not your thing, just keep tuning in here, because I guarantee you, as you probably noticed, that I will be making tons of blog posts about different books that I have assimilated and kind of like a sponge aspiré, soaked up. There you go. That's the terminology I was looking for. And as opposed to having you read all the words in the book, I'll just bring it into brief format for you to taste. If you like it, you keep it. If you don't, you digest it in your own way, and then you do with it what you want. But that's my window. One of my many windows to wow. And just like dancing, just like styles of yoga, just like styles of music, there are so many different styles of books. Whether it is these types of books that are knowledge-driven, whether it's another book that I'm sort of reading, On the Road by Jack Kerouac, whether it's The Hidden Life of Trees, that is a knowledgeable book about trees. There's so much. And who said you had to stick to one book? Who said you can't read 2 pages out of one book, put it down, pick up another, and then kind of juggle through books? And then who said you had to finish a book? Maybe it doesn't call to you halfway through, and then you just plop it down. There is no set mold, if that's the right way to say it. Like, you choose now. You choose now what you want to do. I chose to start on the road a couple of days ago, and right now, it's not calling to me that much. Right now, The Courage to be Disliked, even though I finished it, was calling to me again, and so I'm rereading it. Focus on the now. It's as simple as that. And if you're really tuning into all my posts, in the end, it all comes down to that. If you're in the now, then you're aware of what's going on. Aware enough that you're not stuck in your habitual patterns in the sense where your body's doing one thing and your brain's doing another. And that might be why I've been enjoying books so much lately, is that I utilize that moment or those moments throughout my day, my week, to land. Whereas in parallel, for the majority of my previous now, we'll call it, or past, whatever you want to label it as, I was constantly running and trying to distract myself from what was going on between my ears. Whereas this enables me to land, ground, and then balance between what's going on between my ears as my brain needs to tune into what's on the page, and then my breath as I'm breathing, and so on and so forth. And just so that we're on the same page, pun intended. I thoroughly enjoy reading, but that doesn't mean that I can read a full book in one sitting, nor does it mean that when I'm reading the book, my brain doesn't kind of ditz away into a parallel universe where it starts telling me that, oh, there's this that you, or there's that you need to. It happens. And it's normal, and it's part of being in the present, that capacity to constantly shift. Now, the question is, who's shifting what? For a major part, my ego is shifting me into different scenarios without allowing me, or without me taking the opportunity to ground. And so now through these books, in the now, I'm able to choose to settle down, read a few words, paragraphs, pages, whatever the case may be, and then continue cultivating the now, so that if I witness that I'm not necessarily absorbing what's in front of me, then I move on to something that I will be absorbing, that will be right in front of me, that allows me to be now. So that is the very broad yet very succinct blog post for today. Again, thank you for tuning in. Keep tuning into you, keep tuning into this channel. Comment, like the page, share it with your friends, with anyone that you think that might be sparked, whether it's in a positive or negative way. Alluding to another post that I had made a couple of moments ago about the distinction, according to Adler, of good versus bad, and I think the proper terminology is etiology or etymology or something like that. Like the root word of good is it is beneficial, and not good being it is not beneficial. So, share this. And whether it is beneficial or not beneficial will be the person's choice. But if it sparks anyone to do anything other than stagnate, then we are able to share the brightness of now. So yeah, we'll leave it at that for now. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll catch you real soon. In the meantime, peace out and stay dry.